Now, joining us now, I'm really pleased to say, is Texas Republican Congressman Michael Burgess. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us today. As we know, everything is very busy in Washington with talks amid the debt ceiling as well. We want to start with talking to you on the heels of Bill Melugin's reporting there on the border. Yes. Karine Jean-Pierre yesterday, the White House press secretary, spoke to reporters, and she said that the White House believes that it is, in confidence, doing everything it can with all the tools it has available to respond to the border. Congressman, do you agree that the White House is doing everything it can at the border?
Well, call it what you want, catastrophe, crisis, but they've known it's coming for literally the entire time that Biden has been president. This is not a surprise. Look, we're getting ready to go into the Rules Committee in just literally a few minutes and to begin getting the bill to the floor that will deal with border security. It should have been done the first day of the Biden administration, but better late than never. That deals with asylum, deals with the wall, deals with funding the Customs and Border Protection. But they are so far behind at this point. And look, no country ever in the history of humankind has been asked to put up with or deal with the influx of humanity that is fixing to come across the border. No country has ever been asked to do that.
Congressman, we're hearing Border Patrol is telling its agents to begin, quote, safe mass releases of migrants to streets if NGOs don't have the capacity to hold them, which they obviously don't. Bill Melugin just reported on that, which means migrants released at will be released at bus stops, gas stations, supermarkets, all across the border. Look, Alejandro Mayorkas promised that he had a plan. But if this is really taking place, that's just straight chaos. And there's no choice but for those migrants to move from where they're being dropped off to all across the country, wherever they can find somebody willing to lend them a helping hand. Congressman, that's not going to work.
No, and here's the thing. President Obama did that in 2014 when the unaccompanied child crisis was so high. They literally ran out of space at the NGOs and were releasing people down in downtown McAllen. I know, I saw it myself. Gave them a fanny pack, a bottle of water, and good luck. And then how insulting is it for every American traveler who has to take off their shoes and show a photo ID, and yet people are being put on planes with only travel documents that they've been given by the immigration folks, with nobody knows who they are, nobody knows their background, nobody knows where they came from. It is all about to multiply by 100-fold, and it is going to be so much worse than anyone has ever seen before. Look, we've got to do what we can do to try to control this. That's why the bill today is so important. No one thought Speaker McCarthy could get the Limit, Save, and Grow Act through the House, but he did. Now the big news is they're down at the White House today talking about the debt limit, which they never would have done before had he not had the power to get that thing through the House. I think he's going to get this border security bill through we'll get it through the Rules Committee today, through the House later this week, and that is, you know, look, and people have got to come to the table and say, what are we going to do to once and for all secure our border, north and south?
You brought up the debt ceiling and those conversations happening today. It was interesting. We just did hear from the White House press secretary. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Speaker McCarthy is going to be here, and he, you know, what we're seeing from House Republicans, from MAGA Republicans, is that they are manufacturing a crisis. That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. The president doesn't want to see this happen either. He doesn't want to see our economy held hostage. He does not want to see this. That's why he's having these leaders here, and he's going to make himself very, very clear.
How is fiscal responsibility a manufactured crisis when we're just trying to control some of the spending?
Well, once again, this is one of those things that was clearly on the horizon when they took office. They knew this day was coming. They knew when Republicans got the majority that this was going to be a requirement. So to have not been talking this entire spring, really, average people don't understand why the administration denies that their spending is a problem that is hurting average Americans, and it is. I don't know what to tell you about the press secretary secretary. She's even lost at sea. This is a serious, serious problem that is affecting everyday Americans.
Right.
And it's almost like the administration doesn't care about those people. They
Yeah.
only care about themselves, and that's wrong.
Well, we hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much, Congressman Burgess, for your time today. Best of luck down in Washington, D.C. All right.
Good deal. Thank you.